They had to go and do it somewhere else because they still did it anyway. Sorry if you don't understand their language, okay, but it's a ceremony, all right, of Sanusi's representative. In this phase of Battle Royale in Kano, at least I don't think I should give you the background again. You should know what's going on in Kano, right? Right. So here is what later happened in that same local government where they are vandalizing properties a moment ago. It's a ceremony. It's like a coronation. The new village head appointed by the emir. But because they are still battling who is emir of Kano as we speak. So that's why you are seeing all this face off. The one you saw earlier. And then the ceremony still going ahead and all that. But we'll leave Kano. Let's go to Lagos. 3 days ago, is it, that I reminded you that the Lagos State Commissioner, Wole, just gave a demolition notice to some residents of Bagada area of Lagos that they were coming in 48 hours or after 48 hours, where it is 72 hours. Okay. And the demolition took place today, including churches, okay, including a church. I'll show you. Let's go to Lagos and see what happened in Bagada today.
bọ́kọ̀ tí mo sọ lápá àwọn ọmọ máa jùmọ̀ líṣẹ̀ ọmọ ìwé owó máa lọ. Sorry. Ayọ̀ tí wà lọ́wọ́ lára mọ̀kọ́ ìṣá. Ojúrin ní Agége.
So they were clearing the shanties next to the water channel and all that, you know. But that's in Lagos. That's a physical demolition. In River State, or can we quickly have a stopover in, this one is a gist, okay, in Rwanda. See, the UK government, in the last 2 years or so, they have been working with an arrangement, right? So they have been working on an arrangement with the Rwanda government that those who are illegal immigrants in the UK, so instead of just keeping them in the asylum homes here or just, I mean, sorry, I wanted to use a word there, but it just didn't come anyway. So it's like, you know, instead of having to allow them in here in a system called an asylum system, where they will be processed and they'll be in the UK. So the political heat of the past few years, especially after the Brexit, sort of has made it more like such a stupid idea, right? That people were believed to be running away from violence, from war, and all of that. And then they found themselves on the English channel here, on dinghy, on the water. So the UK government didn't want them here. So they now made an arrangement with the Rwandan government to pay them millions of pounds. We're talking about 360, $70 million. If you change that to pound sterling, that's like almost a $300 million pound sterling. So I've been paid to the Rwandan government for them to help kind of create a community for them in any part of their country. So an arrangement has been made. Homes were supposed to be built. Staff were to be employed. Hospitals, schools, and other facilities were to be built. So the first batch of those to be taken, the refugees to be taken to Africa in Rwanda, was supposed to be last year, but that became a legal thing. The UK public was like, no, that's so like not normal. However, Rwanda accepted it like, well, what is in it for us? A lot of cash, a lot of money. And what they were trying to do is that if they keep refugees in the UK, okay, and put them on the asylum in the UK, it will cost them like billions of pound sterling in social service or whatever to cover these refugees here. So they just made a cheaper deal with Rwanda. We'll be giving you this also amount of millions every year. You can use them in your country for other things as well, okay? But as long as you allow us to bring all these people to your country and stay there as refugees, never to be allowed to come to the UK again. You understand? So this was the plan. It's so like stupid, I promise you. But somehow, Richie Sunak was able to find his way around it by changing some clauses in that agreement that make it look like, you know what I mean? Like you British government or UK government is not really abandoning them there. But it's just to kind of like, reduce the pressure on the social service in this country. That's why they were doing that. It is for the interest of the country. And somehow they managed to get approval. He was going to start shipping people after the election, right? Then he lost. So part of the questions that sort of have been asked is that, would Rwanda return the money that has been paid to them in anticipation that they will be receiving thousands of refugees from the UK? Then Kagame said, that's the problem of the UK. If they want the money back, we'll give them the money back. But it was like an ambush. I think I shared a video on this platform, that BBC clip. Would you return the money they gave to you? Now that the new government has cancelled the plan, no refugee will be taken to Africa anymore. Kagame said we would. But another person who is now the spokesperson for the government there in Rwanda said, no, we are not giving any shishi back. We are not the one who came to the UK and said, oh, we will take your refugees. You approached us. And then in anticipation of that, you sent money to, yeah? No, we're not giving any money back. If your government decided not to do it anymore, great. That money is now our money. It's already spent. The lady, listen.
Rwanda's reaction is, as we stated earlier, we were informed of the UK's decision. We took note of UK's decision to terminate the agreement. We just want to reiterate that this was a partnership initiated by the UK to solve a UK problem. And Rwanda stepped up, as we have always stepped up in the past, to provide safety, refuge, and opportunity to migrants and asylum seekers. This is part of our ethos as a country to do so, and we've done so countless times when we were when we were evacuating migrants from Libya, when we were evacuating the solar school for girls here in Rwanda, when we were welcoming Sudanese refugees, medical students here. So this is part of what we do as a country.
The UK government now says it's keen to get some of the money it spent back. Is that something you'll consider?
Rwanda and UK are important partners. We have important partnerships in areas of mutual interest. The MEDP partnership being one of them. Rwanda has maintained its side of the agreement, and we have ramped up capacity and increased our capacity to accommodate thousands of migrants and asylum seekers. So we've upheld our end of the deal, and we believe if there is any overpayment, that can be discussed. However, we are under no obligation to provide any sort of refund.
Because the president said in the past that if asylum seekers did not come to Rwanda from the UK, money could be returned, and there were no flights full of asylum seekers going to Rwanda. So why not just give some of that money back?
If you were to consult the report from the monitoring committee, Rwanda's preparedness has been described as nothing short of impeccable. So this we've put into a lot of effort and a lot of resources in ensuring we can accommodate those migrants. Now we understand that changes in government happens, and incoming governments would have different priorities and different policies. However, this was a state-to-state agreement, and we believe that this good faith would remain.
I wonder how you consider the success or otherwise of this whole agreement between the Rwandan government and the UK government. Scrapped, of course, as we've been saying, but also over the last few months, it's invited in so much scrutiny of Rwanda's human rights record. It's been discussed in Parliament. It's been discussed in the UK courts. We've had international organisations saying this is a bad deal. This is not a safe place for people to travel. So it hasn't worked out very well for Rwanda, has it?
I think it was because of this misconception that it is a Rwanda deal. Rwanda is not a deal. It is a country full of people whose policies are informed by our recent history. So when you hear organizations saying that, well, Rwanda is not safe, while at the same time we are working with these very organizations to evacuate migrants from Libya safely to Africa, to Rwanda, and providing them with opportunities from Rwanda, it begs belief. It begs belief as to why Rwanda would be safe for these migrants, but not those migrants, just because of the country they are coming from. Rwanda's reaction is, as we stated earlier.
Will you return the money? No, we are not returning. We are not under any obligation to returning any money. Simple. It's not Rwanda's deal. We only step up to help when they asked. So if the government or changing government says it's no longer your priority, great. We've spent the money. That's practically the answer. But would you return some of the money? No. But I will make sure, say, we pay the money back here. Even all of you, we don't come from Rwanda. All of us, we don't come from Rwanda. To find the means around to make sure that that 300 million pounds paid to Rwanda for this immigrant swap or something like that, or immigrant relocation like that. And now they're not going to pay the money back. So yeah, we will pay the money, yeah. Better get ready. Now let's leave Rwanda, okay, and go to River State, where Fubara has something to say about Werewike's loyalists. According to him, they may come onto the media like they do all the time to huff and puff and dance. But when the camera is off and the light is off, these guys knows the mess they are in. They cry, he said. So let's go to River State, where Fubara, the new sheriff in town, is having a big moment of his life, I can tell you.
You don't worry about those people that are delusional. Eh? They think we are still sleeping. Let me tell you people so that they will hear wherever they are. I wanted to help them. Sincerely, because I know them. And I've said it before. These are people that I've helped. I pay their children's school fees. I pay their house rent. I know somebody said, I didn't know my father was a sheriff. My father was already a sheriff officer from 2005 when I started working in finance. So if he says my father was a sheriff officer, yes, my father was a sheriff officer. Before I started working here, I was even a sheriff manager. So I wasn't a beggar. I had enough that I could eat and extend to people. So if you say, I didn't know it was a sheriff, I was a sheriff manager in my own corner. So I wanted to help them. We all knew what happened when they crossed. And how did they cross? Because of our God. For them to make that mistake. They are gone and they are gone. Now, let me tell you, when I wanted to help them, I accepted to help them because what is there? We all one. We will disagree to agree. They thought they are smart. What is holding them is the declaration of their seat vacant that was done in December 2023. That's what is holding them. So they think, well, I know they don't know anything. They think I'm like them. We're not doing any budget to nullify that decision. It is what will send them to their villages. For me, as I'm talking to you, I have started preparing my budget for 2025, which I'm going to present very soon. Don't allow anybody to deceive you. They can come to the media and dance. When they go behind, they cry. It is the truth. We don't know how to dance. We say it the way it is and stand tall anywhere we go to. You don't.
No more peaceful protests again now, because peaceful protests know the work. Yes, peaceful protests, you know the work. More turn out to one man, more enter so scatter everywhere. More shook.
Anyway, I just had to kind of add that to be like, okay, let the war dance start then. So yeah, that is from Rivers, the Rivers of Trouble. And somewhere in Abuja, somebody sent this in.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Is that your area? That's the Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria, Abuja. Yeah, it is true that there are those who are planning different kind of protests in Nigeria. So we have the Arewas who are planning their own hunger protest, insecurity protest. I don't know, shall I have all the list? And it's going to start from the 1st of August. There are others who have their own scheduled for 29th of July. So everyone is kind of like gearing up. And I promise you, right? Like some people have kind of said as well, right? if you want to be taken serious, the type of gathering that will likely change anything for you is not the type of we are choosing a day for a protest. You know, it should just be spontaneous. And let me tell you something. Most of what you are witnessing in Kenya didn't just happen. Okay?